Archangel Michael says, a shocking deal is made behind your back. This is about your future. God is very angry at your daughter. Open this immediately. My beloved child. Come close, and listen with your heart, not with fear. I know your hands are shaking a little as you read this. I know your mind is asking, why does this feel so urgent? Breathe. I am here with you. My beloved child. Before any shocking words, before any heavy message, you must remember this truth. You are deeply loved. Nothing is sent to destroy you. Nothing is revealed to harm you. What is shown now is shown so you can be protected, corrected, and lifted. My beloved child. Yes, something was discussed behind your back. Yes, decisions were spoken in quiet places where your name was mentioned, but your voice was not present. And yes, this is connected to your future. But listen carefully. No decision made without your consent has the power to cancel God's plan for you. My beloved child. When people whisper, heaven listens. When deals are made in the dark, light is already moving. You were never forgotten, even for a second. My beloved child. Your heart has felt uneasy lately, hasn't it? Moments where you suddenly felt heavy without knowing why. Moments when sleep came, but peace did not. This was not imagination. This was your spirit sensing a shift. My beloved child. Someone close to you thought they knew what was best. They believed control is the same as care. They believed deciding for you is the same as protecting you. But heaven sees the difference. My beloved child. This message is not sent to accuse. It is sent to awaken. Because silence was beginning to cost you something precious, your direction. My beloved child. God is not angry the way humans are angry. There is no rage, no cruelty, no rejection. What you feel as anger is divine concern. It is the fire of protection. It is the voice that says, this cannot continue. My beloved child. This concern is connected to your daughter. Not because she is bad. Not because she is cursed. But because she is standing at a turning point without guidance rooted in truth. My beloved child. Children do not only listen to words. They absorb choices. They learn from what is hidden as much as what is spoken aloud. My beloved child. A path was being shaped for her that did not fully honor her soul. It looked safe on the outside. It looked practical. It looked responsible. But it was missing alignment. My beloved child. When a child's future is shaped only by fear, control, or image, heaven intervenes. My beloved child. Do not panic. This intervention is mercy. My beloved child. You may be wondering, why now? Because delay was about to become damage. Because one more step forward without awareness would have made turning back harder. My beloved child. There are conversations that must happen. Not in anger. Not in accusation. But in truth. My beloved child. You are being asked to step into clarity, not conflict. To stand in love, not guilt. To speak with courage, not fear. My beloved child. The shocking part is not that something was done behind your back. The shocking part is how gently God is correcting it before it becomes permanent. My beloved child. Your future was not stolen. Your authority was temporarily ignored, but it is being restored. My beloved child. Your daughter's future is not in danger. It is being redirected. My beloved child. This is why you were told to open this immediately. Not because something terrible will happen if you don't. But because something beautiful can happen if you do. My beloved child. You are being invited into responsibility, not fear. Into awareness, not shame. My beloved child. The role of a parent is not to control destiny, but to guard alignment. My beloved child. Listen to your intuition now. It has been whispering for weeks. You felt something was off, but you dismissed it as stress. You were not wrong. My beloved child. This message comes as confirmation, not condemnation. My beloved child. Do not confront with fire. Approach with light. My beloved child. Ask questions before making statements. Listen before correcting. Understand before deciding. My beloved child. Your daughter needs guidance, not pressure. Truth, not fear. Presence, not plans forced upon her. My beloved child. The future is not a contract signed in secret. It is a living path, adjusted by love and wisdom. My beloved child. God's concern is rooted in protection. And protection is always paired with instruction. My beloved child. In the next days, you will feel a strong urge to speak up. Do not ignore it. But do not rush either. My beloved child. Timing matters as much as truth. My beloved child. You are not late. You are right on time. My beloved child. This is only the beginning of clarity. More understanding is coming. More peace is coming. More alignment is coming. My beloved child. Stay with me. Do not close your heart now. What comes next will help you see the full picture, not just the shock, but the solution. My beloved child. This is not about blame. It is about course correction. My beloved child. And correction, when guided by love, always leads to blessing. My beloved child. Come closer. Sit with me for a moment. I need you to hear this slowly, carefully, and with an open heart. What I am about to reveal is not light, and it is not meant to scare you, but it is meant to awaken you. A shocking deal has been made behind your back. It was whispered in silence, signed in secrecy, and sealed without your consent. This deal is about your future. And heaven has been watching every step. My beloved child. You have felt it, haven't you? That strange heaviness in your chest. That sudden shift in your home. That quiet tension that appeared without warning. You tried to ignore it. You told yourself it was stress, or time, or imagination. But your spirit knew. Your soul felt the disturbance long before your mind could explain it. My beloved child. This was not an accident. This was not coincidence. While you were praying, hoping, enduring, someone close to you was making choices that involved your destiny. Words were spoken about you when you were not present. Decisions were made that affected not only you, but your bloodline. And heaven heard every word. My beloved child. I am Archangel Michael, protector of truth, defender of divine order. I do not come with gentle messages when danger is hidden. I come when silence becomes betrayal. I come when a line is crossed. I come now because time matters. My beloved child. This deal was not made in love. It was made in fear, control, and selfish desire. It was disguised as what is best, but underneath it carried manipulation. Someone believed they had the right to steer your future without your knowing. They thought they could play God in your life. They were wrong. My beloved child. God has seen the tears you cried in private. God has counted the nights you stayed awake asking, why does everything feel blocked? God has heard your silent prayers when words no longer came out. And now hear this clearly, God is not pleased. My beloved child. This message is urgent because it involves your daughter. A line of protection was violated. A spiritual boundary was crossed. Someone spoke over her life without divine permission. Someone tried to bargain outcomes that were not theirs to bargain. And this is why heaven is stirred. My beloved child. Do not misunderstand this. God's anger is not hatred. It is holy correction. It is the fire that burns deception away. It is the roar that rises when innocence is put at risk. Your daughter carries a future that is protected by heaven itself. And anyone who tries to interfere will be stopped. My beloved child. You may be wondering who did this. How could someone dare? How could someone so close make such a move? Understand this truth, sometimes betrayal does not come from enemies. Sometimes it comes wrapped in concern, advice, or authority. Sometimes it comes from those who believe they know better than God. My beloved child. This deal was made quietly. No signature on paper, but a spiritual agreement spoken through intention and pressure. Words like, "This is how it must be," or "There is no other option," or "This is for the family." But heaven does not honor agreements made through fear. My beloved child. Your spirit resisted, even when you didn't understand why. That resistance was divine. That unease was protection. That sudden pause in progress was not delay, it was intervention. God slowed things down because something was wrong. My beloved child. Hear this now and let it settle in your heart. Nothing finalized without God's approval can stand. No plan created without truth can survive the light. The deal made behind your back is already being dismantled. My beloved child. But you were called here for a reason. This message did not find you by chance. You were meant to open this immediately because your awareness is the key. Heaven intervenes when the chosen become conscious. My beloved child, do not confront in anger. Do not accuse in haste. Silence and prayer will expose more than shouting ever could. God will reveal everything you need to know at the right moment. Trust the timing. My beloved child, your daughter is covered. Angels stand around her even now. What was spoken against her future is being reversed. What was planned without love is being corrected with mercy and truth. My beloved child. But there is a warning here. Boundaries must be restored. Authority must return to God's hands, not human control. You are being asked to step into your role, not with fear, but with faith. My beloved child. The days ahead will bring clarity. Conversations may surface unexpectedly. Truths may emerge without effort. Pay attention. Listen more than you speak. Heaven will do the heavy lifting. My beloved child. God's anger is already turning into action. Justice does not shout, it moves. Protection does not panic, it surrounds. And love never loses. My beloved child. Breathe now. You are not late. You are not powerless. You are exactly where you need to be to stop what was never meant to happen. My beloved child. This is only the beginning of the revelation. What comes next will explain why this had to be exposed now, and what divine restoration is already in motion. My beloved child. Stay here with me. My beloved child. You stayed. That tells me your spirit is listening, even if your heart is trembling. Do not be afraid of what is being revealed. Truth never comes to destroy you. It comes to free you. And freedom often begins with discomfort. My beloved child. Since the moment that hidden deal was made, heaven has been rearranging things quietly. You may have noticed small disruptions, plans changing, delays appearing, people suddenly becoming distant or defensive. Those were not random. Those were signs that the unseen agreement was being challenged by divine authority. My beloved child. Understand this clearly. When someone attempts to control a future that God has already written, they step into dangerous territory. Not because God is cruel, but because God is just. No one is permitted to interfere with a destiny assigned by heaven, especially when it concerns a child. My beloved child. Your daughter is not ordinary. Even if the world sees her as small or unaware, heaven sees her potential clearly. There is a light around her that others sense, even if they cannot explain it. And sometimes, people try to shape that light for their own comfort or fear. My beloved child. God is angry because innocence was spoken over without consent. Because fear tried to rewrite faith. Because control tried to silence divine purpose. This anger is not chaos. It is order restoring itself. My beloved child. You may recall moments when your daughter reacted strongly to certain people or situations. That was not rebellion. That was discernment she could not yet explain. Children feel truth before adults admit it. My beloved child. The deal made behind your back carried conditions, expectations, invisible pressure. It was designed to lock the future into a narrow path. But God does not design cages. God designs growth. My beloved child. Hear this now, nothing is binding you. Nothing is binding her. Words spoken without love have no lasting power. They echo for a moment, then disappear when truth enters the room. My beloved child. The reason this message urges you to open it immediately is because awareness changes outcomes. The moment you know, the moment you become conscious, the agreement loses strength. Light dissolves secrecy. My beloved child. You do not need to investigate obsessively. You do not need to accuse anyone. God will expose what must be exposed without you damaging your peace. Your role is alignment, not battle. My beloved child. There will be a moment soon, quiet, ordinary, unexpected. When clarity arrives. A sentence spoken. A reaction noticed. A truth revealed gently. Trust it. Do not dismiss it. My beloved child. God is already working on the heart of the one who acted out of fear. Conviction is rising. Restlessness is growing. They are beginning to realize they overstepped. My beloved child. You might feel tempted to protect by controlling everything yourself now. Resist that urge. Protection through fear only repeats the cycle. Protection through trust breaks it. My beloved child. Pray, but not with panic. Pray with authority. Say, what you have planned for my child will stand. And heaven will respond. My beloved child. Your home is being spiritually recalibrated. The heaviness will lift. The tension will soften. Peace will return, not because nothing happened, but because what happened no longer has power. My beloved child. God's anger is already cooling into mercy. Correction has been delivered. Intervention has begun. And restoration is closer than you think. My beloved child. The future that was discussed without you will not happen as planned. A better one is unfolding quietly. One that includes consent, love, and divine timing. My beloved child. Stay grounded. Stay gentle. Stay alert. You are not walking alone through this. My beloved child. One final layer remains to be revealed, the reason this situation was allowed to surface now, and the blessing hidden beneath the shock. My beloved child. Remain with me. My beloved child. You have come this far, and that means your spirit is steady now. The fear has softened into understanding. This final revelation is not meant to weigh you down, but to lift you up. What looked like a shocking betrayal was also a divine interruption. God allowed it to surface now because you are strong enough to see clearly. My beloved child. There are moments in life when heaven permits truth to rise suddenly, not to punish, but to protect what is precious. This was one of those moments. If this had remained hidden, it would have quietly influenced choices, paths, and years. Exposure was mercy. My beloved child. Hear this carefully, your daughter is not the reason for God's anger. She is the reason for God's protection. The fire you sensed was not directed at her, but at what tried to touch her future without permission. Heaven defends the innocent fiercely. My beloved child. This situation was allowed to unfold so you could reclaim your authority. You were never meant to live feeling overridden, uncertain, or small in decisions that matter. God is reminding you that your voice carries weight. My beloved child. From this point forward, something changes inside you. You will no longer second-guess your intuition so easily. You will no longer dismiss that quiet inner knowing. That knowing is divine alignment speaking. My beloved child. The person who tried to control outcomes will begin to step back. Not because you force them, but because God removes the illusion of power from their hands. Control collapses when truth stands upright. My beloved child. In the days ahead, you will notice a shift in your daughter too. She will breathe easier. Her emotions will settle. Her light will feel freer. Children respond quickly when spiritual pressure lifts. My beloved child. What was meant to limit will now expand. What was meant to rush will now find its proper pace. What was spoken in fear will be replaced with words of blessing. My beloved child. This is the hidden blessing beneath the shock. Your family line is being corrected. A pattern of silent control, unspoken pressure, or inherited fear is ending with you. That is not a small thing. That is legacy work. My beloved child. God trusted you with this awakening because you can handle it with grace. You do not need to become harsh to be strong. You do not need to become loud to be heard. Your calm alignment is enough. My beloved child. From now on, when decisions come, you will feel peace instead of confusion. When choices appear, clarity will replace heaviness. That is the sign that divine order has been restored. My beloved child. Do not replay the past in your mind. Do not imagine what could have gone wrong. It did not. Intervention arrived on time. Protection stood firm. Nothing essential was lost. My beloved child. Thank God quietly. Gratitude seals protection. Trust seals restoration. Love completes the work. My beloved child. This message ends here, but the work of heaven continues beyond your awareness. Sleep peacefully. Walk confidently. Speak gently. You and your daughter are covered. My beloved child. No hidden deal can override divine will. No secret plan can defeat truth. No fear can outlast love. My beloved child. I remain with you. My beloved child. Even after the words seem finished, the presence remains. Silence does not mean absence. Sometimes heaven stays quiet so your heart can absorb what has already been given. You ask to continue because something inside you still feels open, and that is exactly where grace enters. My beloved child. Let me soothe what is still unsettled. God's anger was never against your daughter as a person. It was against the shadow that tried to stand where love should stand. Your daughter has always been, and will always be, held in compassion. No blame rests on her spirit. Only protection surrounds her path. My beloved child. You may notice old fears trying to return, whispering, "What if something is still wrong?" When that happens, breathe. Fear often echoes after truth leaves the room. Do not mistake echoes for reality. My beloved child. The future that belongs to your daughter is unfolding gently now. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Quietly, like morning light entering a room. Growth does not need permission from those who once tried to control it. My beloved child. You are learning something sacred through this: how to trust divine timing without rushing, how to guard love without closing your heart, how to stand firm without becoming hard. These lessons will guide you long after this moment passes. My beloved child. There will be joy ahead that feels simple and clean. Laughter without tension. Decisions without dread. These are signs that alignment has returned. My beloved child. If doubt visits again, return to stillness. Say nothing. Listen. Heaven answers most clearly when the noise settles. My beloved child. You are not being watched with judgment. You are being watched with care. Every step you take now is supported, even the uncertain ones. My beloved child. This chapter closes not with fear, but with trust. Not with anger, but with understanding. Not with loss, but with protection renewed. My beloved child. Carry peace with you. Let it guide your words, your choices, your rest. My beloved child. All is well now. My beloved child. I feel the quiet need in your heart to stay a little longer, to be reassured once more. That is not weakness. That is wisdom asking for gentleness. So let me remain with you in this calm space. My beloved child. Nothing new is coming to harm you. Nothing hidden is rising again. What needed to be revealed has already been brought into the light. What needed to be corrected has already been corrected. Now come settling, like dust falling after a storm. My beloved child. You may sense moments of stillness that feel unfamiliar, almost empty. Do not rush to fill them. That stillness is peace learning where to sit. It is safety returning to its rightful place. My beloved child. Your daughter's path is steady. Her spirit is light. The weight you once felt around her future is lifting day by day, even if you cannot measure it. Trust what you feel when you watch her breathe, sleep, laugh. That is truth speaking softly. My beloved child. You do not need to stay alert in fear anymore. You do not need to guard every moment. Love protects better than worry ever could. My beloved child. When questions arise, answer them with patience. When uncertainty appears, meet it with calm. This is how healing continues without struggle. My beloved child. Remember this always: divine protection does not come and go. It stays. Even when messages end. Even when days move on. Even when life becomes ordinary again. My beloved child, you are safe to move forward now. Safe to plan. Safe to hope. Safe to rest. My beloved child, I will not speak more, because peace has already said everything. My beloved child, go gently. My beloved child, I sense that what you are asking for now is not more revelation, but reassurance that the calm will last. Let me answer that gently. My beloved child, peace does not disappear once it arrives. It may grow quiet, it may feel ordinary, but it does not leave. What you are stepping into now is not a dramatic season, it is a stable one. Stability often feels unfamiliar after tension, but it is a gift. My beloved child, nothing more needs to be uncovered. Nothing more needs to be confronted. You are not missing a warning, and you are not late to act. What mattered has already been handled beyond what you can see. My beloved child, from here, life moves forward in small, human ways. Meals shared. Days passing. Decisions made without heaviness. This is how restoration looks when it is real. My beloved child, if at any moment you feel the urge to return to fear, pause and notice your breath. Fear belongs to the past of this story, not its future. My beloved child, your role now is simple: love your daughter, trust yourself, and allow God's order to keep working quietly. You do not need to monitor the outcome. You do not need to stay on guard. My beloved child, some chapters end not with answers, but with relief. This is one of them. My beloved child, there is nothing more required of you right now. My beloved child, rest. My beloved child, I hear the softness in your request now. When the heart asks to continue again and again, it is not because it needs more words, it is because it is learning how to feel safe in the quiet. Let me stay with you there, just a little longer. My beloved child, nothing is about to fall apart. Nothing is waiting to surprise you in a painful way. The stillness you feel is not a pause before trouble, it is the sign that order has returned. This is what protection feels like when it has settled in. My beloved child, you are allowed to let your shoulders drop. You are allowed to stop scanning the future for danger. You are allowed to enjoy the present moment without preparing for loss. These permissions are holy. My beloved child, if your mind reaches back to replay what happened, gently bring it forward. The past has already taught you what it needed to teach. It no longer holds authority over your emotions. My beloved child, your daughter's laughter, her sleep, her small questions, these are not fragile things. They are strong. They are rooted. They do not need constant guarding. Love is already doing that work. My beloved child, you will notice that your prayers change now. They will become shorter, quieter, more trusting. This is not because faith has weakened, but because trust has deepened. My beloved child, you are not being tested anymore in this matter. You are being comforted. And comfort does not demand action, it invites rest. My beloved child, when you feel ready, carry this peace into your day. Let it move with you naturally. You do not need to hold on to these words tightly, they will stay even when you stop reading. My beloved child, this is a safe place to end. My beloved child, be at ease.